So look, if you want to grow your wealth, your income, and increase the amount of time off, then these are the shortcuts that can help. Welcome to the Wealth Creation Podcast. Hey everybody, it's Dan Latto speaking. So I keep seeing this all over the place. What equipment would you start with? If you were starting from zero, what would you do, etc. So in this video, let's cover the equipment. So first of all, there's only probably 3 or 4 things that you maybe need. Maybe 5 if we stretch it a little bit. Number 1, you need a laptop. Can't do anything without a laptop, right? So you need a laptop, obviously. I find life so much easier with a laptop. All my spreadsheets, the laptop right now is powering the camera, for example. So the laptop, obviously, it's a given. That's number 1. Number 2, you need a phone. You've got to find a way of communicating with people. You need to WhatsApp people. You maybe need to get on a phone call. You might maybe need to do a video call. But then also while you're out and about, you can take the pictures as well, you know, of where you are and kind of document your journey a little bit, and that works very well as well. There's a couple of extra bits that I would include on this, however. So like a USB camera or a separate camera of some kind. So we have different cameras. Obviously, we can film everything on our phones, and if that's all you've got, that's great, because you've got a camera and it's good enough. Or we actually use a USB camera. Let me just pull this round for you so you can actually see it. It's actually on my, there we go, sorry for moving the camera. So this is just a USB camera. Look at that, is that going to go into focus? Yeah, it's a Logitech 920. It's just on a stand and it's got a USB and it just plugs straight into the laptop. So often, look at that, base for the cable. Often when we're doing whiteboards, and the whiteboard's just over there, by the way. Let me show you this because I think you find this quite interesting too. So there's the whiteboard. There you go. So when we're doing these, often there's a whiteboard behind me and I'm filming the whiteboard, and I might turn and actually do some work on the whiteboard. So so what we're up to: laptop number 1, phone number 2, cameras number 3, number 4 is a whiteboard. I think you need a whiteboard. There's nothing like going, I've got an idea, how about this? And then you draw it out. Most people are visual. And if most people are visual, you need to demonstrate stuff in a visual manner. So if you're listening to this as a podcast, I'm showing you the camera and the whiteboard, you can't see it. Most people are visual, except visual stuff also is a barrier, a limit, if you like, because if someone's driving, they can't watch your video. So that's where the audio thing comes in. And the final part here is actually a set of headphones. Now, I'm not wearing any right now, but if I'm having a strategy session with somebody, I've got the headphones on, the noise cancelling, so I can listen to podcasts on the plane and sleep on the plane and that kind of thing. But also, if I'm turning around and I've got a cable plugged into my mobile phone, I might pull the camera and it's going to move the camera a little bit and so on. So having some wireless headphones so I can turn around and go on the whiteboard, like literally, that is it. I run my business from Spain, off my laptop, off my phone, a couple of cameras and a whiteboard. That is it. I don't need an office. I can work in a coffee shop. I tend to work at my desk, but I go live outside. We have got a studio being built downstairs. Being built makes it sound very grandiose, like it's Hollywood production. It's definitely not. But you don't need a lot to start up in business. And this is kind of one of the things that annoys me. I see people go, oh, I need money to start in business. What do you need money for? I need to buy stock. Well, you don't need to buy stock. Why don't you sell it and then get the stock in and then deliver it? There are all sorts of ways around it. And if all you can afford is a £50 iPhone 5 that you can get off eBay, probably for about 50 quid these days, then go and get that. As we mentioned in a previous video, that's 20 cars at £2.50 each being washed. There's your 50 quid iPhone. You can connect onto Starbucks, Wi-Fi if you can't afford a SIM card for it. There's really no excuse. Even the poorest of the poor, unless there's a physical reason in terms of a disability or a mental disability that you can't do this for some reason, that's the only reason. And even if you have got some form of physical disability, it means you can't wash cars, you can set up a GoFundMe and you can say, guys, I'm saving up for an iPhone because I want to go live on YouTube, and so on. Can you lend me 10 quid, 5 quid, 2 quid, not lend it to me, can you give it to me? There's no reason, right? Poor is a state of mind. And if you're starting up in business and you haven't got the money for something just yet, then that's totally fine. But I've been like that too. I wanted this really fancy M50 camera, which is not even that fancy, 600 quid. But it's still a lot of money. That's a lot of cars to wash, right? But you know, you start off small and then you build bigger and then you build bigger and then you build bigger. Here we are recording outside. It's a little bit windy. But then when the film studio, green screen, and we're going to get Thor and Spider-Man to turn up. When the YouTube recording studio comes online, then it doesn't matter if it's raining, it doesn't matter if we have guests, I can still go downstairs. But you don't have to have that right from day one. You've got to be able to get your message out, i.e. camera, laptop, podcasting. All the stuff is available for free, all the software. If you need to edit it, I don't edit myself. I have someone who edits all my stuff, and I tend not to edit this other than an intro and an outro. But you can do all that. The software is free mostly. You need the hardware, which is the 50 quid camera. You don't even need a tripod. If all you're going to do is, you don't need a tripod, you could just hold it at arm's length and that would work fine as well. So there's no excuse for you to either not start the business, not grow the business. You just got to get your message out. And when people go, I'm interested, have a method of getting them on the phone to be able to speak to them so that you can service that person as a customer. Hope that's useful. We'll catch up with you on the next video. My name's Dan Latto. Take care. Hey, it's Dan here. Thank you for listening. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Please click like or subscribe to the entire podcast.